This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and Forged Irish Stout. Delighted, as always, to be joined with Michael McKinson. We're back out. Good to see you again, though. How's things?
Things are good. I've been very active and very happy over the last 2 years. So, yeah, I know. I'm excited. You know, I live an hour down the road, and for Boxer and Sky Sports to put on big events near my home, it's amazing. It's amazing. The people of Bournemouth really come out, and there's always a great atmosphere as well. So yeah, it's another exciting weekend on the cards.
As you said there, it's important to be keeping active, as you said, since the Vergil Ortiz fight, which was 6th of August 2022, I think. I think that's what it was. So since then, you've boxed 4 times. So to sort of keep active, although particularly it may not be in big fights that you want to be in, just getting out in the ring must be a nice feeling for you.
Yeah, I would say this is the first important fight since. A 6-rounder, a couple of 8-rounders that didn't even go the 8 rounds. I wasn't as happy with, or I got a couple of knockout wins, but these are the fights I like. Title fights, 10-rounders, tough fights, dangerous opposition. And they're the fights I should be in as well, because 2022 I proved the level I should be competing at, and I proved the level I want to fight at. So this fight at the weekend, I'll go out there and do a good job, and then I'll feel like that's opened doors for big fights again.
And we'll talk about this training camp. You did have something different, going to America, New York specifically. What was that like as a training camp for you to sort of get that different sort of training?
It was good. I've been to the States on a training camp before on my own back in 2019. But to go out there alongside my brother as well, he was out there with me and my dad, going around the gyms out there, having tough sparring, all different types of sparring some real good prospects as well. And it was good, it was needed, it was refreshing, it was different. I was out of my comfort zone, and that's where a lot of development comes, being out of my comfort zone. So I'll show you all the developments this weekend, definitely.
How different do you find it in America compared to the UK, when you're potentially having sparring out there, all these things? Everyone talks about how different it is. How different do you sort of find yourself seeing it?
Yeah, I feel like they have like their own sort of style out there, and it took a few spars to kind of adapt to their way of fighting. But the fact that I had, like, it's very, very tough going into New York gyms anyway, let alone going into New York gyms and sparring some real good lads. And I feel like I earned a lot of respect out there. I feel like I've done well, and my brother as well. So yeah, it was good. It was really good.
And when you look back on this year, reflect on 2023, being honest, how would you look back on this year sort of as a progression in your career?
Progression, I don't know. I feel like progression in my performances, yeah, I'm 100% knockout ratio this year. But progression in my career, I feel like this is the fight that will progress my career again. Will light my career back up. I'm fighting an undefeated Ghanaian, big knockout ratio. He was a good amateur as well. There's a few clips on YouTube he's looked really good in, but he's not fought out of Ghana. So this guy here, he could be very, very dangerous. He could be a big banana skin for me. And like I said, my name's been linked of fighting this name, and like, so this is a must-win for me. This is a must-win for me. I've got to go out there, really put on a show, stay focused, get the job done, and then we can move on. But I don't overlook this guy. I know how dangerous, and I know the mysterious of this guy. I can't afford to slip up, not now.
With you talking about the big names there, one name that was sort of always mentioned is David Avanesyan. There was a lot of rumours for this fight. You said both teams want the fight. Do you feel like that could potentially be the next moving part in the welterweight division for yourself?
Who knows? I made it very, very clear that's the fight I wanted for today. I did. And I never went back on that. At one point I thought it was happening today. I don't know why it's not. I'm not sure of things like that. I feel like their team thought it was happening as well, like as far as I'm concerned. But the fact it's not happening, but I'm still on the card's important in a decent fight. But that is definitely a fight there. I'd rather it sooner than later. If I can get the job done in good style, let's have it next.
Is it exciting to be in a welterweight division with a lot of moving parts? New British champion, new sort of thing, all things moving, new names coming to the division. Is that an exciting thing for you?
Very, like domestically, it's really exciting, isn't it? You look at all the names in the top 10, it's great. I feel like because I've been very, very avoided at domestic level for a long, long time, and the fact that I tasted life at the high level last year a little bit. That's my motivation to get back there over the domestic scene. But it depends. If there's a fighter domestically that did want it, great. If not, I will not lose sleep over domestic because I've got my eyes on the world.
Absolutely. And one thing I did want to ask you, just as a closing one for me. Obviously, you've had 3 of your last 4 fights have been on Boxer. What do you think is the promotional situation with yourself? Do you want sort of a promoter backing you so you can get that extra push?
Yeah, I feel like I could do with a little bit of love. I think that's something that could really help me. A little bit of love and support, like promotional, would be great. But I've got great people fighting my corner. I have got great people fighting my corner in Joe Ashford. He looks after me, and also my dad, obviously managing me and stuff. So I've got great people, and I'm very, very grateful and thankful to be fighting on these cards. But a promotional deal wouldn't go amiss.
Absolutely, Michael. Thank you for taking time to speak to me. Always good to catch up with you. Always appreciating it. All the best for Sunday night, mate. Thank you. Cheers.